Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and today we're doing another tutorial in Minecraft Sky Factory 4. Today we're going to be showing you how to build and use the Parabox, which is an item that allows you to make or farm prestige points. Prestige points are the currency used to unlock the different parts of prestige mode. This has been a very popular requested tutorial, so I'm glad I finally have a chance to put one together. Now, if you find this video helpful and you like it, please be sure to click like, but most importantly, please remember to hit that subscribe button. That way you can see all my videos and tutorials as they come out. Okay, so let's take a look at the Parabox itself. That's that guy right down there. Now, to make a Parabox, it needs multiple components. Some of them are very easy. You'll see there are 4 iron blocks. You also need 2 purple stained glass, which is just glass surrounding any purple component. But there are 3 bigger parts. There is the clock, advanced energy cube, and the space-time equalizer. We're going to show how to make each one of those today. So we're going to start with the clock. Now, I've made an oak clock, although you can substitute the oak wood with any of the other woods in the game pretty much. So an oak clock is going to be 6 wood slabs, in this situation I'm using oak, a gold ingot, a stick, and a clock. And that's going to make you your clock. Okay, now next we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the space-time equalizer. Now that has a couple different steps. First thing we need is a Heisenberg compensator. Okay, Heisenberg compensator is going to be 1 machine casing, 2 isolinear circuit MK1s, an isolinear circuit MK2, 2 dilithium crystals, and an Eye of Ender. Next, you're going to need 2 superconductor magnets, which is just 6 redstone, 1 ender pearl, and 2 titanium ingots. You're going to combine those things together, 2 superconductor magnets, your Heisenberg compensator, and 2 more ender pearls, and that's going to give you your space-time equalizer. There's that one there on the bottom. The last one is going to be the advanced energy cube. We're going to go ahead and reset and show that one. All right, so the last component being the advanced energy cube. A couple steps to that one. First, we're going to need a basic energy cube, and that is going to be 4 redstone, 2 iron ingots, steel casing, and 2 energy tablets. And we're going to take that and combine it with 2 more energy tablets, 2 osmium ingots, and 4 enriched alloy. And that is going to give us our advanced energy cube. So when we combine all those items, we will then have a Parabox. Now, a Parabox itself basically takes the game and sets a 10-minute timer. And during that time, anything that you do in the world will not be saved. When you stop using the Parabox, it will reset it to the moment right before that 10-minute period started. So any changes you make to the world will not be saved, unless it's something you've created and brought in your inventory. Anything that is in your inventory will come back with you, so it's a great way of setting up some processes and duplicating items while traveling and building those points. So let's take an idea of, and show how the Parabox itself is set up. So I already have a Parabox set up here in my world. As you can see, I have a Parabox here. Now, Parabox is going to require a lot of RF power. So what I'm currently running this one is, you can see I have 4 batteries in the floor. Each one is a 20 million battery. Well, it's 20 million. And then each one of those is connected to a different side of the Parabox, and each one is connected to a lava setup using a lava generator. So let's go down and take a look at that. So here in this room, I have 4 automated lava setups. Each one is using an upgradable geothermal generator, which has been maxed with speed modifiers. And each one of those is powering in one of those different 4 batteries we saw upstairs. That will produce quite a bit of power and is more than enough to run your Parabox, at least for the first round. Okay, so once you've got that connected, you've got power coming up to it, and you don't have to use generators like I did. You can also be using a fission reactor, fusion reactor. Any of the reactors large enough will be more than enough power to power these, but I'm just currently using geothermal because it's easier to set up at the point that I am in my personal prestige run. So to activate a Parabox, you're basically just going to right click on it. It's going to give you these options. Activate. Right now, that's the only option. So again, whatever the world is set up currently, the things that are in my inventory, the things that are in the different machines, all of that, once I activate this, it's going to take us back to this moment at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, activate. You see it says down here, a world backup has been initiated, expect lag. The world has been put in a time loop. So anything I change at this point, like if I go over here and I break one of these, all right, I've broken that. Once the world resets, that is going to be repaired because everything happening in this current period is not affecting the world. Now, when we scroll over the Parabox itself, you'll see it's showing you how much energy it's taking in order to run it. It says the speed, I'm running at 120%, and the next cycle, when that point will be generated, where it says accumulated points, and that 10-minute period starts over again. Now, if I was ready to end my time period, I could right-click on it again. It gives me the ability to deactivate or loop off. Now, loop off is not lit up yet because we haven't completed one full cycle. Deactivate will just stop it. I'm going to show you that. So clicking deactivate, as you can see, the damage is still there because it did not reset back to the beginning of the loop. Let's go ahead and start that again. So we're going to activate it. Now we're going to do the, see, I'm going to break it everyone. There we go. I'll fix those later. So now we have 2 broken. Now in this situation, we're going to wait the 10 minutes for it to end. Now I'm going to show you a couple other things here real quickly while we're doing that, and then I'll fast forward to the 10-minute point. Now, as you can see over top, it is showing an item. All right? See that item right there? If you were to take that item, if you were to make one and put it into the Parabox, it would drop the cycle by a moment. All right? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do this a couple times till I get one that's relatively easy to put together. That one should be more than easy. So as you can see, it uses a mob crusher. And it'll say it right there in the blue box when you're scrolling over. Need a mob crusher. That's a very easy one. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we'll quickly make a mob crusher. Let's go down to our inventory real quick. Ourselves a mob crusher. Sword. Machine case. A couple gold widgets. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Stack of those. I use those often enough. So now all these items that I'm taking out of my inventory, out of my storage, are going to be back in there once the Parabox resets. So if I wanted to say duplicate something specific, let's say essences. I have 400 Supremium essences. And I want to put those all in my inventory. And now when I reset the loop, all of these essences will still be in my inventory here, but they'll also be back. They'll also be back in my storage because at the time that I had started this loop, they were in there. Everything's going to be set back to that. So let's go on up here. Go to where? So, how do you get the mob crusher in there for it to work? Well, right-clicking on it just pulls it up. You could sit there and just toss it on top. Nothing happens there. Really, the easiest way is to use a hopper. If you take a hopper, you connect it to the side or the top or anything, and then you drop that item in, you'll see it says Mob Crusher has been provided. Cycle time decreased by 1 minute. The required item has changed to dry brick slabs. So now if I put dry brick slabs in there, it's going to do the exact same thing. It's going to drop it by another minute. So I'm down to 643. So that dropped a minute each time you put that item in there. So if you wanted to, you could sit here and just keep feeding those items in to speed through your loop as quickly as possible. I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward it to the point that the Parabox is about to reset. Okay? Alrighty, and we're back. And as you can see, we've only got about 15 seconds left. We're going to go ahead and wait for that to hit the time period there. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now you can see it says now accumulated points 1. The bottom says you have generated another prestige point. The Parabox now requires 8,192 RF per tick. So if I was to sit here and let it go for another 10 minutes, it's going to use more power to run the second loop. You could just leave it sitting here and do that, and the more power you have, if you've got enough to continue it for a multiple loop, you can do that. But if you're done and you're ready to reset your world, all you have to do then is to right-click on your Parabox and click Loop Off. Again, deactivate means you're getting rid of everything in that time loop and you'll just continue with the game from this point. But Loop Off will reset you back, but you'll still have your accumulated points. So let's go ahead and try that. As soon as you click it, it's going to go ahead and shut down the server. And then it's going to give you the option to go back to your server list. So click on that. Now we can go load back into the game like we did before. This one's our YouTube stream. We'll go ahead and play selected world. And there we go. We are now back inside. Now, first thing you should notice, those 2 holes I made are still there because I made those before it, but the hopper that we had attached to the front is not there any longer. It's back in, not in the inner chest because I already used it, but if you look at it, it's no longer out here attached. That's gone. All right, and if we go down to our inventory, remember we grabbed that essence, which we have all down here. As you can see, that exact same amount of essence still back in the inventory. So I just went ahead and I just, by doing that, doubled the amount of Supremium Essence and Inferium Essence that I happen to have in my inventory. And if I now pulled all of those out, the double the amount I had before, and re-loop the world again, I would have 4 times what I had when I originally started. So the Parabox is an incredibly powerful and useful tool to go ahead and farm prestige points. And prestige points are used to unlock the different parts of the games, the different mods that you need in order to complete, if you're looking to do all the advancements and complete everything. As you can see up here on the top left, I've currently farmed up 19 prestige points. I'm currently saving up the 50 that's required to go ahead and get the Mystical Agriculture mod. But the Parabox is really an imperative way to get the prestige points you need to advance during prestige mode. And so it's something that once you have the ability to make it, you definitely want to start using it. Now again, since you're not advancing the world during that time, a lot of it can seem like a lot of rinse and repeat, like you're wasting your time, and it doesn't have to be. That's a great time to build up different materials that you may need, make those, throw them in your inventory, and bring them back with you after the loop. You can make yourself a couple of the large backpacks, and you could just start duplicating, bringing everything you want back with you, so that way you have a lot more. It's a great time to farm monsters. You're going to manually farm, let's just say, withers, and you wanted to go ahead and you wanted to build up to get one of your data modules completely full. It's a great way to go ahead and set down a few mods or drop a few wither, kill them, and then when it reloops, you still have the experience you gained. The advancement to your data module has been completed, but all the skulls and soul sand that you used to farm those withers are back again, which means you get to just keep reusing those same materials to recycle that process. So it's something that's very, very handy, and I do recommend using it as soon as you are possibly able to do so. Just remembering that anything you do, you will lose physically in the world when you reset your loop. But that's going to do it for this tutorial. If you have any questions about this one or any of my other tutorials, please be sure to throw those down in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back with you as soon as I can. As well as if you have any suggestions or recommendations for other tutorials you'd like to see in Sky Factory 4, you can definitely throw those down there as well. You can also submit them directly on my website, Onlydraven.com. There's a way to contact me there as well, or if you're just looking to see different things such as the different social medias that I have, links to all my videos and information about the channel, all of that information can be found on Onlydraven.com. But that is going to do us for this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.